Good evening. Bob Passamano, candidate for City Council, the 3rd District. Welcome, and thank you for coming. Thank you, Chamber. I reside on Dino Road, a great neighborhood, the same neighborhood in which my wife grew up. My wife, Michelle, happy birthday. When I told you I had a surprise for you, I didn't bet you think you were coming here. My daughter, Emily, a 12-year-old student at Green Hills, is a National Honor Society member, where we've had great experiences in the public school system. I work for a public utility company handling storm restorations, emergency call-outs, car versus poles, new construction. In my 18 years there, I've been on both sides of the fence as union and management. In the community, I serve as a board of directors at the Bristol Soccer Club. I coach a travel team for my girls' U13, and I coordinate top soccer. I believe we have a great city that lacks leadership, and that's the reason I'm running. We fail to utilize some of our best resources, which is our residents, and it's time to step up, be accountable, and take ownership. Be part of the problem, be part of the solution, not the problem. Elect me so we can take care of this together.
The state of Connecticut often ranks low when it comes to promoting and fostering a business-friendly environment. And Bristol is sometimes viewed as uninviting or over-regulated, which can hinder business development and growth. If elected, what would you do to improve the climate, structure, and processes in Bristol to attract new businesses and support growth of jobs and our economy?
First and foremost, let's create a single point of contact for those looking to open business in the city, okay? With a person being of a business mindset that's warm and inviting. Anything you do, you have a first impression. And if the first impression is wrong when they walk into the city of Bristol, 9 out of 10 times they're turning around and going another direction. So let's start there. Eliminate the confusion, one point of contact. 2, let's work between the city and the chamber to create a lending co-op of local banks that could also help us secure the teller jobs and banking jobs within the city. But local banks, local funding for local business. 3, create tax incentives or tax credits, but be cautious. Reward success, not the failures. We have people who come back time and time again looking for something after we gave them something once already. All right? Let's go after filling spots on the land use boards with qualified and experienced people on that subject matter. All right? We can't put people on boards as favors and friends. All right? They have a job to do. Review current regulations and ordinances. Are they outdated, or they simply just don't make sense anymore? Cut the red tape and the stuff that's standing in the way. Let's not be afraid to invest. Look at what towns around us have done. We need to take the lead, make Bristol open for business. I think what we need to do here is let's stop making excuses on why local business fails and start supporting it. All right? If we support business, all right, if we support business and people see we support business, number one, businesses are going to stay. But number two, those on the outside looking in, thinking about coming here, are going to come. No more excuses. Let's start taking care of our own, in addition to the things that I discussed in my first statement. Thank you.
There has been a lot of debate over privatization of our schools' cafeteria services. Do you believe it is appropriate for people and organizations outside the Board of Ed, such as the Mayor, City Council, Board of Finance, and others, to participate in this debate, or leave it to the Education Department and Board of Ed to work through the process unencumbered by outside influences?
You know, the question was really more about people having a say, the board, the mayor, representatives, so forth and so on. And I believe all subjects should be open to public debate and conversation in some form or another. Don't get me wrong. I'm in favor of finding savings and spending our money wisely. Remember, we're talking about 53 city jobs, many city residents with homes and families, all right? Middle-class families that are trying to secure the structure of this city. Leaders have spent $250,000 plus on legal fees and still continue to fight when we're being told, no, you're wrong. This is a profit company. They're not here to give us a great deal because they think somebody is nice or we like you. At the end of the day, they're here to make money. I ask you to think about, we eliminate our people. We get rid of the tools and the resources they had to do the job, or equipment rots away like in some other scenarios, landfill, the garbage trucks in other towns, this, that, the other thing. What happens when it doesn't work? We realize we're spending more money than we were before. We've gotten rid of all of our people, and now we need to buy the equipment all over again. How do we do? All right? The cafeteria workers provide a level of comfort and structure to our kids each and every day in that cafeteria. Not necessarily the same as a teacher, but there's a level of care and comfort with our children. And the other thing I'd ask you to remember is, what about the turnover of those employees? You're talking, is it comparable pay? Are there benefits? Are they happy with their work rules? Are they here for 2 weeks, a week, 3 months? Not to mention, do we really know who they are? They are in the building with our children. The question was about the participation of debate, all right? And if I ask, as an elected official, ask you to take pride and buy into the things in the city, I better hear you. And if I don't give you an opportunity to talk, where are we? To rebut one point that maybe Jeremy made, it isn't personal, or somebody said it wasn't personal. And I didn't want to get sucked into the wrong piece of this conversation, but it is personal. My kid's there every day, all right? We got to remember the question was about the debate and the conversation. And you as city residents are entitled to an opinion. You have the opportunity to speak and to be heard. I expect that, and I would want that. Thank you. I'm going to tell a quick story. I spoke with a woman, Diane, bought a home in Bristol 20 years ago. At one point, the home was valued at $559,000. Just last month, she sold it for $360,000. All right? That's in 20 years, that's a $200,000 loss, $10,000 a year. All right? She thought that would supplement her retirement. Property is an investment. If the city does not invest in itself, the return on investment for our residents will be zero or negative. We need to be sure we have quality capital investments, all right? Need to invest in our schools, need to invest in downtown. We cannot afford to be left behind. I am not that tax and spend Democrat that some of you want to label us as. My daughter can tell you that. I fight every nickel with her. We argue over the 25-cent gumball at pizza every single Friday night. I'm going to stand here and tell you I'm not a politician. I may not be able to answer every single question, but I will tell you, give me a name and number, and I will get back to you. I am a leader. I lead at work. I lead on the fields where I coach. I led as a firefighter and was a lieutenant. And now I'm ready to lead Bristol. Please support me on Election Day. Go out and vote, and it's time. Thank you.